Lake Dolores, the magical water world that features the most exciting high-speed water slides. The family fun place that offers relaxation and incredible thrills just off the I-15 Las Vegas freeway near Barstow. Call now for special rates. Glide down the 200-foot water slides, up to 50 miles an hour. Good, clean, safe fun. A thrill a second. Bring the kids, picnic, camp overnight. Fly the giant swings at Lake Dolores. The magical water world that guarantees a fun-filled time.
In the expansive Mojave Desert, the mountains sit majestically over the desert plains of Southern California. In a land where water is scarce, travelers between Los Angeles and Las Vegas on Interstate 15 will be surprised to see the refreshing oasis that is the all-new Lake Dolores Resort and Rock-A-Hoola Waterpark. Visitors are treated to an atmosphere filled with classic Americana and family fun. Boasting 18 brand new aqua attractions, including the Big Bopper, the world's largest family raft ride, the all-new Rock-A-Hoola Waterpark offers something for everyone. Young and old alike can bask in the sun, get their kicks on one of the many exciting water slides, relax in the cool flow of the Blue Bayou River, or take time to enjoy one of the many shaded areas in the park. When it's time to eat, the park offers the Lazy River Cafe, or a lush family picnic area. A fabulous destination for friends and families, travelers will definitely want to spend their night in the soon-to-be-completed Cyber-Ready RV Park. Traditional campers will enjoy the clean air and mountains surrounding the full-facility campground. There's so many great things to do at the all-new Lake Dolores Resort, and the new park management team is excited to bring a full calendar of special events to the park. From rockin' concerts to jam and jet ski competitions, classic and custom car shows to fantastic fireworks displays, the all-new Lake Dolores Resort and Rock-A-Hoola Waterpark has no shortage of smiles.
All right, so here we are at Lake Dolores, also known as Rock-A-Hoola Waterpark when it was last open. So I'm here at kind of what I would assume was the parking area at one point. Got a big open area, and there's some, see these concrete kind of pillars back here where there obviously was probably parking lights were sitting at one point in time. And then we got kind of a little bit of roundabout area here. Probably people would come up and drop off people that walk in here. Here are some various signs See, everything's been graffitied over. There's 2026 on here. It's only February 5th. So somebody's already been out here in the past month or so to do some new graffiti. But you can see the ground is just covered in graffiti, tagging. I believe these were the restrooms, changing rooms. You got a structure over here that's obviously was a fire here. Another burnt out structure over here. Not much left of that one. And here was the main entrance going into the water park. I think in that oval section up top there is where it said Rock-A-Hoola last. And then you see some of the letters are missing where it said water park. R and decay are missing on the end. That A looks like it's about ready to fall. And then there's where the turnstiles were to enter. And there was a fountain here, I believe, at one point. That's what's left of another structure here. Okay. This area you can see where the pool equipment used to be. Imagining all of these empty units here was where a lot of the electrical components were. Breakers and switches and things like that. Of course, that's all been torn out. And then over here you have the tanks. I believe this is all part of the pump and filtration system. For right behind here we have where the lazy river was. And all through here. There's where you could kind of wade into the lazy river. across this bridge here, going across the lazy river, or where the lazy river used to be. Some interesting graffiti there. There's some more fallen structures over there. So the hill in front of me is where all the water slides used to be. And you can see the concrete pilings are still there. And I think up until about a year or so ago, or a couple of years ago, there was still some brackets attached to those that kind of held the water slides. Go up these steps. Yeah, you can see up near the top there's a few that still have those sort of brackets attached, and a couple down there to the right as well. I'm going to go up these steps here, up towards the top of the hill where the slides started, and see if we can get a nice overview of the place. You can see down here, this is one of the pools here where one of the slides apparently came down, looks like. Looks like you probably had a slide over coming down here, and then over here on this end of the pool. Got some more of those brackets and concrete pilings where probably another slide came down over here. But yeah, let's go up these steps and see what kind of view we can get from further up the hill. Saw a couple other people walking around here exploring a little bit. And judging by some of the graffiti and some of the debris and trash I see laying around, this is obviously people are here on probably a daily basis exploring and checking the place out. Gotta keep my eyes peeled as I'm filming here. Just watch out for any critters or snakes or scorpions or anything. Don't want to get bit or stung by something and have the weekend ruined. Okay. A lot of birds around, that's for sure. This looks like something here where maybe this is a runoff or something for water. Doesn't look like a slide, I don't think. There's rocks and stuff cemented in here going down. And there's the supports and brackets for a slide that apparently kind of wound around the side of the hill, went down there before ending up in that pool down there at the bottom. All right, let's go a little further up. Just about to the top, it looks like here. Here we are at the top, the very, very top of the hill. So this will be the back side of the park, looking at from the top of the hill, looking to the west. There's like a water tower over there, and that structure in the background off in the distance, I believe was some type of administrative building or offices. Okay, from where I'm at now, we get a pretty good lay of the land here. We've got what looks like it was probably a platform for the boarding area of one of the slides. As I pan left, you can kind of get an overview of the whole place. And off to the right there, the far right, is where the lake used to be. Off to the right and kind of in front of me as well. And the lake was a man-made lake. It was fed from a natural springs through some pump equipment, but obviously since the place has no longer been operating, that pump equipment isn't running, so the lake eventually dried out. And walk down these steps here. I'm going to go to the edge of this platform. I'm going to be careful because there's no fencing or guardrails left, but there's a good view of the place. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Right down there, I believe, is the pool where there were 3 slides that came up from the top here, and I'm standing on a ledge where it looks like it's probably between 2 of the slides. So if I back up a little here, you can kind of see, I think these 3 cutouts are where the 3 slides were. So you got 1, 2, 3, and if I remember correctly, the slides were red, white, and blue. Kind of see these 3 slides started up here, and you would board the slides and then slide down, and then down there in that pool you can just kind of see the 3 cutouts where the 3 slides ended up. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is where an employee who worked here when it was last open had taken a ride down one of the slides after hours and ended up getting injured in that pool because it was only partially filled, and sustained some pretty serious injuries and ended up being paraplegic as a result. And that resulted in a lawsuit against the park, and I believe that they were awarded like $4.4 million in that lawsuit, and that was one of the things that led to the decline and eventual closure of the park. So we're kind of parked out that way where the parking lot area is, or was. Alright. So I think I'm going to head back down on the right side here, maybe walk down this dirt path here and go check out some more of what's down below. Check out a couple of the pools and the remaining structures that are left. Okay, this platform here, you can see this guardrail from the one side is sort of all hanging here. But I'm going to take these steps up and see, as long as this is safe and sturdy, I'm going to go check this out up here, I think, real quick. This could be a cool lookout. Actually, I see some cracks in there. So, yeah, I may not be here too much longer. Wow, that's a heck of a view. You can see everything from up here. Yeah, I see a lot of cracks in this concrete here. That railing's fallen off the edge, so I don't think I'm going to venture out there. But yeah, pretty interesting place. A lot of interesting history here. I'm going to head back down the ladder from this landing. And actually, I want to take a look here really quick. So it looks like, yeah, there were a couple slides. Looks like there were a couple slides here, and here. And you can see kind of down there the landing area where those slides would finish out. That lighter concrete down there. Alright, so I'm going to head back down these stairs. And head back down to the lower level and make my way back to the car. And maybe get a few photos. So I'm walking down these stairs thinking that not a lot of people walked down these stairs, but they walked up them to get to the top of the slides, and they would take the slides down from there where I just was. And I think these are probably some taller, faster slides. They would go down the hill here and end up down here. So the only time people were probably walking down these stairs is when they went up, got to the top, and decided, nah, I don't want to go down that slide. It's not for me, I'm afraid. And then came back down. And I'm sure there was probably some sort of sign there with maybe the name of the slides or talking about the slides. Yep, they would start from up there. All the way down the hill and end up down here into these straightaways where there was probably a long run slide filled with water to slow you down before you got out and went on to the next thing. Here's another structure that has collapsed and decayed. Obviously there was some fire here. And there's a big old raven by that tree over there. See if he'll stick around long enough for me to get some video and photos of him. Yeah, he just kind of camped out right there between that tree there. Got that raven sitting there. You got another one over there on the corner of that building. There's probably fencing all along here at one point. Here's some sections of fencing remaining here, just kind of laying down. Looks like we got some Winnie the Pooh graffiti over there. Let's go check that out real quick. So I'm guessing maybe over here, in this little structure, there was some electrical panels over here, so I could see some broken pipes sticking out of the ground. So maybe this was the controls for the pumps, which filled the lakes over here, or the lake, but that's all dried now. I wonder if maybe this was another area. I think there were some campgrounds back here at one point. Back in the 80s, I think, 70s and 80s, there were some campgrounds back there. Probably some more parking back here. These were probably restrooms, I'm guessing. So that was like a building where there would have been restrooms probably for the campers that were camping out and set up out in this area out here. And this was probably another possibly entrance into the water park between the campground and where the slides and everything were. So right here to my left looks like where those water slides would end up. And I'm going to cross over where the lazy river was again. This was a pretty good sized lazy river, and it's got like different lanes and stuff, it looks like. So this area I think was more of like a kids play area. So there's a entrance here to the lazy river. It's kind of a nice mellow gradual descent into the moving waters. Looks like we got some small pools with some slides over here for the youngsters. And I know there have been people that have come out here to skateboard. And I know back in the day, I think it was around 2013 or 14 maybe earlier than that, where an episode of Rob and Big was shot out here, which was Rob Dyrdek's show. And I know they came out here and they were actually skating down, I think the big slides up along the hill back there when the slides were still intact after it shut down. But obviously you look at this, you can tell this was definitely set up for skating. Almost like a little mini ramp there, kind of like an extension of that slide going down. I imagine people are probably coming from up there and then kind of launching off to this side. See a can of spray paint there. Somebody was doing some tagging. But yeah, actually, I thought about bringing my skateboard out here with me and doing a little skating. But I didn't want to bring like an extra pair of shoes and didn't want to run the risk of maybe slamming or taking a spill and getting hurt before a weekend that we have a bunch of planned activities and already paid for tickets and hotel rooms and stuff. So maybe next time when we come out here, I'll maybe bring the board and maybe get a skate session in. You can see it looks like this is fiberglass, and see there's some holes in there. So I don't know how sturdy that really would be for skating on at this point. But that's kind of cool. These slides that came down here. Here's another little bridge crossing over the lazy river. Got the 15 there off in the distance. Come back towards where we just came from. Pretty good sized pool right here. Looks like just a kind of a shallow sort of wading pool. And it's only a couple feet deep. Maybe 2.5 feet deep. And we got some remnants of another structure over here, which I believe was the arcade, if I'm not mistaken. This was a pretty good sized building here at one point. I believe in some other videos I'd seen they mentioned this being the former arcade. And it's part of the roof I'm walking across right now. Some more interesting graffiti there. Actually, maybe this was some sort of restroom area. Maybe I have the wrong building. Maybe this wasn't the arcade, because I'm seeing a lot of porcelain here, which definitely looks like those pieces of a toilet bowl. I'm seeing some tiles as well. So unless somebody brought a toilet over here and smashed it here, this might have been a restroom or locker facility. So I'm getting close to the entrance again. I'm gonna kind of make my way over that way, back towards the parking area. Easy river area over here. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, trying to read this. Let's see. BESTOPERUE, I think. I don't know. Best Opera. Huh, not sure what that's supposed to say. Kind of cool characters, though. He missed. Cool. Huh. Still got some kind of hose over here. Just climb up these rocks. Back up here. There's my shadow. Hi, me. This structure is completely collapsed. Looks like this might have been another little, some kind of lake over here. Some kind of maybe fountain structure or something in the middle. Right, and I'm now about to exit Rock-A-Hoola Waterpark. Well, that was a lovely time at the water park today. Can't say that I feel much cooler or refreshed, but maybe I can stop at the gift shop on the way out and grab a cool beverage or some nice souvenirs. Maybe not. Looks like it's closed. Yeah, maybe it'll be open next time I come. Alright, looks like this might have been some type of snack concession stand. Let's see, what can I order today? Oh yes, I'll take 6 cans of spray paint, please. Thank you very much. Okay, one last look at the front and entrance of former Lake Dolores and Rock-A-Hoola Waterpark as we head back to the parking area. I think that's going to do it for us for our exploration of the former Lake Dolores Resort and Rock-A-Hoola Waterpark. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.